Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bladesong, where we have 0 of 9 action points. So we're going to go ahead and end the day. Sure. Let's go to the den. The den. What do we got here? In search of music and merriment, you decide to investigate the nearby tavern. As you walk in, it becomes apparent that the den is more than a tavern. It's a shrine to past glories and future conquests. The taxidermied head of a colossal bear is mounted like a grim totem, watching over the crowd. Patrons drink beneath it as if, in the absence of the voices, they have found a new, unspeaking deity. What the heck kind of bear is that? It's got horns. And the head is massive. The bar's clientele are men and women whose scars outnumber their teeth. The timber columns are notched with the marks of prior brawls. The rough floor has been scrubbed, but not quite well enough to remove ancient stains from beer and, you suspect, blood. Alright. Ooh, let's examine the bear's head. Hanging like a hideous moon over the main hall is the taxidermied head of a colossal bear, clearly unnatural in origin. Fanged and terrible, horns branch from its misshapen skull, grasping at the ceiling like claws. Knowledge? Ooh, I succeeded! Such a thing isn't impossible. Much wildlife has been twisted by the wrongness that stole across the land after the sundering. You've heard tell that some of these monstrous beasts have grown the size of houses, capable of toppling trees in a single swipe. How would someone even hurt one of these things, let alone kill it? You immediately start imagining a blade you need to cut through a solid yard of muscle and fur. Hey, I've been inspired, says the clientele. The scarred ruffians at the bar are known as crows, because, like crows, they are cunning scavengers, pecking at the wounds of a dying world. Warriors and wanderers, the crows venture outside of Aaron Keep to work as sell swords for mad warlords, or plunder the wasteland for loot from the bygone age. The den is where they drink to forget what they have seen. The crows make up the bulk of the den's customer base, but there are others. A man sits in a corner, his soft features and slight build marking him as an outsider. By the hearth, a bard plucks at his lute. At a nearby table, a pair of off-duty guardsmen play cards. I'm not going to do any of those, and I'll just go ahead and seek out the huntress. You find her tucked away in a shadowy corner of the bar, as still as a gargoyle, watching her surroundings with quick and paranoid eyes. She has hair like a bird's nest and is dressed in filthy mud-brown leathers. Her gaze meets yours. There's a certain madness in there. Ooh. I mean, to be fair, we're all mad down here. Caswin sent me. He said you could supply leather goods at a favorable rate. The huntress says, "Oh, Caswin's alive. When he was gone from the tannery, I figured that boy had slipped and drowned in one of the piss vats. Poor mite. I like him, but he's not going to last long, that one." Why do you say that? The world is ending. Haven't you noticed? We're all just biding our time until the end. Everything will be consumed by ash. Caswin isn't a survivor. He won't even make it that far. If all is lost, why do you bother hunting and selling hides? Why bother doing anything at all? I like the sight of blood. I like to watch my arrow find its target. I like the hours of stillness as the wind stirs the trees above. Yeah, you definitely got some crazy in you. Once I've made enough money, I will buy as many supplies as I can and vanish into the waste. I aim to be the last living soul. I aim to witness the end of the world. Huh. Interesting. I can be certain. Perhaps the world will heal. I can see why you and Caswin get along. Peas in a pod, so you are. The end approaches, Smith. We may last another decade if we're lucky. A decade's a lot of time to sell a lot of swords. Maybe I can retire just as the world ends. That's the spirit. Enough of this dour talk. Do we have a deal? Aye, we have a deal. During the day, you can come find me at my shop. Nice, we got a new vendor available. The Huntress. Alright. Leave. As you step onto the street, the clamor of the din fades. You notice the drunk crow from earlier. The one who was arguing with the barkeep. He's slumped in the gutter, half conscious, with dry vomit plastered down his tunic. A hulking warrior. Carnus! Carnus! What has he done to you? And despite his mumbling, the crow's glassy eyes do not focus on you. Nah. You splashed the crow's face with water from a nearby trough. Slightly sobered, his eyes finally focus on you. What? Who are you? I'm the new blacksmith in town. Come on, let's get you on your feet. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. You half support, half drag the huge man to a nearby inn. The man at the front desk promises to see him safely to a bed. Your good deed done for the evening, you head back to your forge, wondering if the drunk crow will even remember your face. Oh hey, I gained some reputation with the crows. The door creaks open. Vinique slips in, glancing over his shoulder before pushing it shut. He looks different, older somehow. There's an ugly bruise yellowing his cheekbone. It worked. They believed it was the real blade? They barely looked at it and snatched it from my hands and disappeared into the night. I don't know who they were. Don't know what they wanted with a war relic. But they're gone now, and Father still has his sword. The tension in his shoulders eases, just slightly. What about your father? Does he know what you did? No. I told him they heard his name and thought better of it. That even old lions have teeth. A faint smile crosses the boy's face, bittersweet. He believed it. You should have heard him gloating. For a moment it was like the old him was back, in all his power and confidence. Bruise on your face. What happened? One of them hit me when I handed over the sword. Said it was a reminder to keep my mouth shut. I've had worse. Glad it worked out. Me too. I don't know how much time Father has left, but at least he'll spend it with his sword on the wall and his pride intact. Thank you, Smith. for everything. The boy dips his head in gratitude and slips back out into the street. Awesome! I'm glad to hear that. I do not have enough energy to do this one. Yeah. In order to do this one, I need 10 energy. Which, I don't even know where I'm going to get 10 energy at. I got all these unlocked, but... Side fullers, engraving materials, organized mine. Ooh. I might be able to get this one. We'll see. Polishing and salvaging mastery. How nice. Okay. Well, let's start off with this one's got a fancy symbol on it. If the expensive silks didn't give away this customer's wealth, his plump belly would. The denizens of Aaron Keep might not face daily famine like the applicants do, but only the rich eat well enough to put fat on their frames. Corthon. Hold on, I need to pull out the fat man voice. Greetings, good smith. I am in need of a fine sword to wear at my hip. Something that befits my station. Sure. Why not? My goodness. You got some requirements for this one. Anyways. Let's add some length to the sword. Alright, there's that. Now we shall change the thickness. Change the width. And we'll give it a point. Alright. Now we'll give it a cross section. Let's make it a little bit thinner. There we go. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright. Now we go to the hilt. Let's see here. Do that. Actually, let's see here. This one look better? No, not that one. Yeah, that one looks better. I like that. Alright, now it wants indigo. Oh, hey, that gave me all 4 pieces. Alright, well, hey, that works. Yeah, go with that. The plump man smiles like a contented seal as he draws the sword part way. The steel glimmers. A fine blade indeed. Mayhaps I shall recommend your services to my friends. Please do, fat man. Please do. Thank you for the payment. Oh, he gave me a book. Nice. Ah. I cannot unlock this one. Okay. Well, let's increase the salvage yield then. Okay, cool. We got the scrap peddler, and then iron, wood, and leather. Alright, well, let's see what else we got available. Iago! Iago enters your forge once again, greeting you with a cheery wave. All the blades you've made for him in the past are strapped about his person, lending him the look of a hedgehog. There's a sword across his back. A pommel glints at the ankle of his boot. Is that a concealed sheath under his armpit? Iago. I was out looking in the mirror this morning, and I couldn't help but think I looked a little under-equipped. Help a fellow out? I don't know what voice I gave him in the past, but I see Iago and I just immediately think Aladdin, so... Which I know that was a horrible impression of Iago. But... yeah. Alright, there's that. Change the thickness down. Change the width. Give it a nice narrow point. Go to the cross section. Alright. Now he wants a hand and a half. Okay. Alright, let's see what I can do. So, I'll grab that, and then that, and then I'll take this and shorten this down. Also added a curve to it I didn't mean to. I think. Pretty sure I did. I did. Oops. Yeah, it's still a slight curve to it, but it'll be alright. Anyways. Let's put this one on here. That one looks a bit better with it. And you also want indigo. Just makes sense to do both of them. Here you go. Iago takes the new blade with a look of childish delight. He weighs it in his hand, spins it in his grip, and firmly slams it into his sheath with a flourish. A perfect blade! Better than even old Thesson could have done. I'll definitely be coming back again, Smith. He strolls out into the street, his blades clinking about his person with each step. Okay. Alright, well. I ain't got nothing else to do, so I guess it's time to end the day. I guess we'll go to the orphanage now. Continue along the story. Despite its imposing size, the orphanage has a welcoming air. Its gate is thrown open, and the laughter of children spills out into the street. Colorful clothes hang from washing lines that crisscross the courtyard. The perfumed smell of soaps and detergents mingle in the air. Most of the orphans don't pay you any mind, with the exception of a young girl who sits on the outer wall, kicking her legs and watching you with curious eyes. A beggar huddles outside the wall, palm raised. The only other adult in sight is a middle-aged woman with a careworn face. Seeing you, she bustles over. Matron. King's grace with you. Welcome to the orphanage, where we take care of the little fledglings without a nest. What brings you here? Are you interested in our laundry services? Are you looking to adopt? Laundry services. Drop off your soiled clothes in the morning, and we'll have them sparkling clean by the afternoon. So you use the orphans as labor? Honest work keeps them out of trouble. Do you pay them? Aye, we pay them in food and board. Don't you think they deserve a fair wage? She glares at you, her eyes as hard and sharp as flint. I love these wings, every last one. This place isn't cheap to run, and without the laundry, we'd be out of business, and the children would be back in the waste. Besides, if these orphans had idle hands, they'd be up to all sorts of trouble. They get into enough mischief as it is. She bustles off, looking small and defeated. Let's put up a poster. You stick a poster up on the brick wall outside the orphanage. It's not the most well-trafficked area, but all publicity is good publicity. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. The beggar watches with interest, gnawing at a stick of moldy bread. Talk to the orphan on the wall. The girl hops down, landing with perfect poise. She grins up at you, a wild gleam in her eyes. Yeah, she looks like a wild child. New as green peas, ain't ya? Excuse me? I'm saying you ain't been in the city long. She laughs and leans back against the wall, hands shoved in her pockets. You notice she has a dagger, half concealed in a hidden sheath under her armpit. Decent craftsmanship by the looks of it. Established citizens don't like to stray near the orphanage if they can help it. When they want their garments washed, they leave a bundle at the gate. People think this place is accursed. Is that why you carry that dagger? I sleep better when I got a blade under my pillow. Why's that? Because of all the children who go missing. Oh, did Mother Wilkie not tell you about that? I've heard about it elsewhere. You've heard about it, but you haven't lived it. Every month, a kid vanishes. Usually someone I know. Gone. Snuffed out like a penny candle. She glances away from you, momentarily self-conscious. Not that you have any reason to care, but I'm Astrid, just another orphan. That's me. If I go missing too, will you remember my name? She smiles up at you slyly. I reckon they'll chop us up, sell us as meat in the market. The city's running out of food, after all. Everyone knows. The Masked King's trying to get folk used to the taste of human flesh before the lauders are empty and the real fun begins. People probably be me next, I expect. Oh well, what can you do? Not like anyone cares about some waste-born orphan. I care. Tell me everything you know. She looks up at you, and for the first time her mask of bravado slips. There's something genuine in her smile. Thank you. In truth, I was expecting you to give me the cold shoulder. I don't know much more than I've already said. If you want answers, ask somebody else. They won't talk to me, but they'll talk to you. If you find anything, come right back. I'll be here. Until I'm not. Oh boy. She hops back onto the wall in one swift moment and dashes down its entire length before vaulting into the shadows of an alleyway. She's gone as quick as a cat after a mouse. Approach the beggar. There's a strange twinkle in his eye, like he's thinking of some private joke. Old beggar. Spare a thaler for a poor soul? His voice is a hoarse croak, the voice of an old man upon whom the years have fallen like hammer blows. Here's 10. Go buy yourself a meal and a room for the night. The beggar raises his eyebrow. He plucks a single coin from the handful you're offering and closes your fingers around the rest. Oh, you're too generous, sonner. Really. Keep it and give it to the next beggar instead. His voice has changed totally. It's the voice of a healthy man, all bass and mirth. Look more closely at the beggar. The beggar is huddled under a patched and shapeless cloak. His fingernails are filth black, and his face a mask of grime. At a distance, he looks decrepit. Nope. There's something more here than meets the eye. You just can't tell what. Apparently, the orphans go missing sometimes. Seen anything suspicious? The beggar grins. His eyes glitter strangely. Funny thing about orphans. They got no one watching out for them. No one who'd notice if they vanished. And now here you come, out of the woodwork, poking and prodding and asking your questions. Excuse me. Do you think you're the first? Do you think your reward will be anything other than a dagger in the gut? You're better off leaving well alone, sonner. Don't go down this road. Why are you putting your neck on the line for some penniless runts anyway? He watches you with a sudden intensity, waiting for your answer. I figure it's linked to the swordsmith who went missing. Solving this might be in my best interest. The beggar weighs your answer for a moment, then shrugs and leans back. Well, what would I know? I'm just a beggar. Do as you like, sonner. He stands up, revealing himself to be far taller and broader at the shoulders than he first appeared. He makes his way down the street without another word, whistling tunelessly. Leave the orphanage. As you exit through the orphanage gates, you feel a prickle at the back of your neck. When you glance back, you see Mother Wilkie staring after you, her thick arms folded. Something in her flat gaze sends a chill down your spine. She knows something. Anyways, what now? Oh, I don't have enough iron to do this one, and I don't have enough energy to do that one. Alright, well, let's see here. Let's go to the scrap peddler. I got some extra money. Oh, you ain't got no books. Well, then I'm not worried about it. Could sell you my scrap, though. Which I might do. Just to get some extra money. And now we'll go talk to Quell. Surveyor wares. Ah, she's got a couple of books, though. Yeah, sure, we'll buy both of them. And then we'll buy that much. What does she have for sale? Anything interesting? Oh, she's got a book and some pigments. A sleeping draught. I have to remember that she sells that. I don't know if I would use it, but... Alright. Ah, the missing smith has been put on hold. I see. Alright, well. I mean, it doesn't require much, but I, will do. We'll do the masked woman. The shape hovers at your doorway, uncertain. After a moment, a woman steps into the light, her eyes and nose concealed beneath a plain clay mask. Masked woman. I need a blade. Small, sharp, easily hidden. She pulls back the sleeve of her dress, revealing a leather bracer with narrow sheaths sewn into the lining. It must fit here, invisible until needed. Why the mask? It suits my purposes that you do not know who I am. I trust you do not need to be on first name terms with all your customers, Smith. What's the blade for? Protection. What specifications do you need? Sharp, flat, small. Nothing that creates a bulge under fabric. Okay. And Smith, make it very, very sharp. It should be able to slide between ribs without effort. Okay. Well, it don't need to be very long. About that long. And she wants it very thin. So I'll make it as thin as possible. I won't even add anything extra to it. You know what? I'll just drag the point all the way down. There's that. Let me add a cross section. because she wants it so sharp. Well, we'll add a little bit to the width. There we go. Get sharpness up to 3. Alright, now we go to the hilt. Alright, so... yeah, sure, we'll go with that. The masked woman slides the blade from its sheath in one smooth motion. As it gleams in the sunlight, she practically purrs with delight. So sharp, it'll barely kiss the skin as it slides into the false heart beneath. With practiced movement, she slips the blade into her sleeve. Fine work. If the City Watch asks where you got that blade, don't mention my name. Her laughter is as cold as a Hythian spring. Fear not, Smith. If all goes to plan, I won't see the inside of a cell. She adjusts her mask once, then walks to the door. Her footsteps make no sound as she slips out into the street and is gone. Alright then. Well. Salvage. Salvage. Oh yeah, I can open this. Oh, it gave me a bag of money. How nice. You know what? I'll just do that. That way I can do that. And this is where we shall end the day. And where I'll end the episode. I hope all of you enjoyed this episode of Bladesong. We are getting back into it. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think. And I will see all of you again next time. Take care, everybody. Toodaloo.